Welcome back to the channel where we break down the biggest financial stories that could affect you and your family. Today's update is not just big, it's a potential game changer. If you've been holding out hope for a major financial break, this is the video you've been waiting for. Because right now, as we speak, the countdown is officially underway for a massive $5,600 stimulus deposit, and the deadline to secure your eligibility is closer than you think. That's right, May 7th is the date to circle on your calendar, and if you don't act in time, you could be walking away from thousands of dollars in available aid. So in today's urgent video, we're going to cover everything you need to know about this surprise $5,600 payout. We'll break down who qualifies, how the amount is calculated, what steps you must take to claim it, and why this May 7th deadline is more than just another bureaucratic formality. This could be the difference between a summer spent worrying about bills and one spent with a bit of breathing room, so make sure you watch until the end. Let's get started. Now first, let's talk about this headline-grabbing number, $5,600. A lot of people are understandably confused. Where is this money coming from? Why now? And how is it being distributed? The answer lies in a series of recent government decisions to consolidate multiple relief benefits and stimulus-style payments into one simplified system for eligible Americans. With the cost of living continuing to rise, inflation still affecting everything from groceries to gas, and debt levels increasing for millions of families, officials are responding with what's being described as a stimulus supplement initiative. While it doesn't carry the same national branding as earlier pandemic checks, it effectively acts in a similar way, just targeted toward those who need it the most. But here's the twist. This isn't a random or automatic deposit that everyone will get. The total figure of $5,600 comes from a combination of different components: a base-level stimulus amount, dependent support, income-based bonuses, and regional add-ons being handled through both federal and state-level coordination. If you meet the right qualifications, you could see all of this bundled into a single payment deposited straight into your account or sent as a check in the mail if your details aren't updated. But here's where things get critical. To be considered for the full package, you need to complete your eligibility status review no later than May 7th. That's less than a week away. So what makes May 7th so important? Great question. It's not the payment date itself, it's the administrative deadline that locks in your eligibility. Think of it as a final boarding call. If you're not checked in by then, your spot may go to someone else. This deadline has been set to allow government systems to process, approve, and finalize all applications for the May and June disbursement window. Miss the deadline, and you risk being bumped to a later phase or missing out entirely if funds run out. And yes, there's a cap. The funding available for this payout is limited, meaning time is not on your side if you haven't already submitted your information. Let's now talk about eligibility, because that's the million-dollar question for most viewers right now. Who actually qualifies to receive this $5,600 payout? First and foremost, income is the biggest factor. Individuals earning $75,000 or less per year will qualify for the base stimulus amount. Married couples filing jointly with a combined income of $150,000 or less will also be eligible for the full benefit. If you earn above those amounts, the payout begins to phase out gradually and may disappear entirely for higher income earners. But income isn't the only consideration. If you have children or adult dependents, you're in a much stronger position to qualify for the higher end of the payout. Each qualifying dependent could add up to $1,200 to your total stimulus amount. That means if you're a single parent with 2 children, your eligibility jumps considerably. If you're a caregiver for an adult with disabilities or an elderly parent, you may also qualify under the dependent criteria, assuming they meet the necessary documentation requirements. And let's not forget about retirees, Social Security recipients, and veterans. Many of these individuals fall under the non-filer category, meaning they don't traditionally file tax returns due to low income or reliance on federal benefits. If that sounds like you, the good news is you are still eligible. But, and this is a big but, you need to update your records using either the IRS's non-filer tool or your local benefits portal, depending on how your payments are normally processed. If you skip this step, your payment may be delayed or missed altogether. Citizenship status is also crucial. Only U.S. citizens and lawful permanent residents with a valid Social Security number are eligible for this stimulus payout. Temporary residents, undocumented individuals, and those on work visas will unfortunately not qualify for this round. And while mixed status families faced complications in the past, this time, the rules are clearer. Only those with legal status and proper documentation will be considered. So now you're probably wondering, how exactly does the $5,600 break down? Let me walk you through a sample scenario. Let's say you're a married couple with 2 children under the age of 17. Here's how it stacks up. Add that up, and you're looking at the full $5,600 payout. It's designed to be comprehensive, realistic, and directly aimed at lifting struggling families out of their current financial burden, at least temporarily. And the best part? It's not taxable income, so you don't have to worry about reporting it as earnings in your next tax return. Let's talk action steps now, because time is not a luxury. If you haven't already submitted or verified your eligibility, this is what you need to do. First, collect your most recent income documents. That could be your 2023 tax return, benefit letter from Social Security, or any form of documentation showing your earnings and dependent count. Second, check your filing status. If you haven't filed taxes for the past year, consider using the IRS non-filer tool or visiting your local IRS office for assistance. Third, update your banking information. One of the top reasons people experience delays in receiving these payments is outdated or incorrect bank account details. If your account has closed or changed since your last return, you need to log in and fix it. Otherwise, your check may bounce back into government hands. Fourth, watch your mail and email for verification requests. Agencies are currently sending out notices asking people to confirm their dependent claims or income documentation. If you receive one, respond immediately. Ignoring it could disqualify you. And finally, submit everything before the May 7th deadline. I can't stress this enough. Submitting your paperwork or application after that date won't guarantee you a place in the first wave of payments. In fact, depending on demand, you may have to wait several more months or not receive anything at all. Now, I want to address a very real concern that always pops up around stimulus checks, and that's scams. Whenever there's money involved, fraudsters come out in full force. Please remember, the government will never call, text, or email you asking for your bank account password or Social Security number. If someone contacts you claiming they can speed up your payment or get you the full $5,600 for a small processing fee, it's a scam. Hang up, delete the message. Report it. Your eligibility is determined by formal records, not backdoor offers. So what happens if you miss the May 7th deadline? Is it the end of the road? Not entirely, but it gets a lot harder. If you miss the cutoff, your application will be pushed into the next review cycle, which could take 8 to 12 weeks or longer. And because funding is limited, there's no guarantee there will still be money available. Some states are planning to shut down their part of the program by early summer, meaning your chances could dry up completely. And that brings us to the emotional side of this story. Over the past week, we've heard countless testimonials from families who've received similar benefits. One single mother from Michigan wrote in to say that this type of aid helped her finally escape a payday loan trap. A retired Navy veteran in Arizona told us that the last deposit he received allowed him to fix his car, which had been sitting in the garage for months. This isn't just about money, it's about restoring dignity, hope, and a sense of stability during uncertain times. To close out today's video, I want to leave you with this. The opportunity is real. The money is real. But the window of time to act is shrinking fast. If you've ever said to yourself, "Why didn't anyone tell me sooner?" then let this be your warning. May 7th is the date. The $5,600 stimulus is the opportunity. And the action you take, or don't take, will determine whether this deposit lands in your account or passes you by. So, don't wait. Take 5 minutes today to check your eligibility, update your records, and submit any outstanding forms. It's fast, it's simple, and it could be the financial reset you've been waiting for. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more timely updates, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an urgent alert like this. I also invite you to share your thoughts and questions in the comments below. What are your concerns? Have you started the process? Are you still waiting for past stimulus payments? I'll be reading and responding to as many as I can. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay informed, stay empowered, and stay hopeful. Help is closer than you think. See you in the next video.